Which institution did you apply to?
I applied for the Ghana Immigration Service.
Ghana Immigration Service.
Okay.
Yes, please.
And when did you apply?
So I applied early this year.
Okay. Let me first of all ask you, what motivated you to apply for the immigration?
It's something that I have interest in it all this while. I have interest in the Ghana Immigration Service and the military. Okay, so in the first year of Nana Akufo-Addo, that was in 2016, I was 18 years by then. That was 20 years. So I applied for the Ghana Military Service. And I went through all the process, but we were waiting for the medicals, and today they couldn't call us. So when President Mama came, like, I have hope in the system because we work with them. So I have hope in the system that it will go flow so that I also go through. So I tried to apply for the immigration service. Okay, I'm a student of University of Ghana.
Okay.
So I applied for the immigration service and I went through the process. Well,
okay, wait. Sammy, let's take it one after the other. Can you walk us through the process?
Okay, so
from the time you applied up to at least the time that you were called for the aptitude test.
Okay, so we went for the documentation and the body selection. Everything went well. Okay, so we were given a date for our aptitude test, and we were told it's going to be on the portal. So we'll click on the portal and the exams will appear. So I sat in my room and I've connected my laptop. So I decided to write my exam. And when I started, the app detected my face. And said, oh, this is Samuel Kwao.
Okay.
Fine. So I continue. So once I started the exam, the moment your head, a small box was drew on the screen so that our head will be in it. The moment, and the box is too small on the screen. So the moment your head moves an inch, the question is gone.
Okay.
So there's a virtual box on the screen.
It's very difficult to answer those questions. And
so it means that you Sammy, hold on. It means that you'd have to position your head in that box throughout the process.
Yes, you have to position your head.
Okay.
In the small box, the box is too small. So the moment your head moves an inch, the question is gone. And you have to reset yourself and wait until the time the system will detect you again before the questions will come. And at that moment, the time is running. You were given 20 minutes to answer 30 questions. Who does that? Even in war-torn country, they don't do this. Who does that?
Okay.
Who does that?
Let's talk about the questions itself. The aptitude test, how was it? Like, were they questions you expected?
The questions were very simple to me.
Like, on what?
It was general questions and current affairs questions. Okay, it's just some few mathematics questions and some few who is the head of the Ghana military service and who is the something. So basic questions.
Okay.
But my problem is the box that they were putting on the screen where our head to be in it. The moment you click on the question, you're about to answer the question. Then the question is gone. Okay. And the duration of it, the duration to answer the question is 20 minutes.
20 minutes for how many questions, you say?
20 minutes for 30 questions.
Okay.
Okay, and we find it very unfair to it, very, very unfair.
But were the instructions and then the requirements clearly explained to you before the test?
Yes, the instructions, Madam Nancy, the instructions was that we have to be in a place where there's no noise, and there shouldn't be any noise there. That's why I wake up dawn to answer all those questions, because there's no noise in my house.
Okay,
the instructions was very clear. But my problem is that the box that was touching our face, it's not being first words, because you have to use your keypad to answer the questions. Isn't that it?
Okay.
Yes. So the moment you want to click on the keypad and answer the question, then the question is gone. That's the problem we find.
When you say the question is gone, is it because they've detected a movement or what exactly?
They detected a movement. And
okay.
Yes. Because you are answering a question, there will be a movement. I have to look on the keypad and answer my questions.
Yes.
Yes. I have to look on the keypad and answer my questions. So the moment you come down to click on the keypad, then the question is gone. And it will take another 1 minute for the question to come back again. And at that moment, the time is running.
Okay.
So I answered only 10 questions out of the 30 questions.
10 out of 30?
Yes. I answered got 10, and I went to the database. I went to the database on my portal to check. I've gotten 9 correct.
Oh, okay. So you are thinking that if you had if it
more
was not for
the
the box.
Yes.
So if you move your head out of the box for whatever reason, even to answer the question, the questions
the question will
disappear
not be
because
answered.
I'm asking, but wait. You are saying that if you move your head outside the box a little to answer the question, the questions disappear because there's a detection that you may be in violation.
Absolutely.
Then the question will appear when they feel satisfied that
but
you did
not the
nothing
same
wrong.
Another question, right?
The
A
same
different.
questions.
Oh, okay.
But you have
Okay.
to read the questions, and once you're about to answer before that thing happens.
And you had 9 out of the 10 you answered.
Okay, so if you go to a portal and you check the database, you'll see it there.
So
Okay, so I find it very unfair, and they haven't been straight words. Come on, who does that? We are all in the university. You think universities, they don't do this. They don't do this. How can you just draw a small box on the screen for to be monitoring our face? And the box is so small that your face is even bigger than the box.
So, Sammy, were you told about this box that you have to?
We weren't told about anything.
But you were told that you must be careful the way you move your head when you're answering the question.
Yes, we followed the instructions. The instructions were there. Okay, but now the problem is that see, the box is so small to the extent that
why is your head that big?
It's like your front camera. Okay, your front camera. The moment you move your head to answer a question now, then the question is gone. And the moment the question is gone, it will take another time the questions to come back because the computer is waiting for you to set up yourself well. At that time, the time is running.
But okay. at what point? I got
to a point when I realized that I have like 7 minutes of my time remaining.
You even give up.
Can you
imagine? Okay, I wanted to ask or find out, at what point were you told that you've been disqualified?
So I went to my portal on last week to check my results. And I got disqualified. That was last week. And I went to the portal to check. So it was there, disqualified. Hey.
Well, Sammy, I want to ask you a question. You said you've had this dream since, is it 2017?
Yes, since 2016.
2016.
Yes,
so
when I finished my secondary school.
Next year, so assuming they open this thing again, the recruitment process, would you be qualified in terms of age to apply?
Sorry again.
Would it still be within the age limit?
Because right now I'm in 28 years.
28.
Okay. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm in 28 years.
I see.
So in next year again, I'll be in my 29 years. And I think I'll focus on my school because I'm in school, so I don't mind for this.
How do you feel? How do you feel now?
I feel very bad and I feel very disappointed. And like they should have allowed us to go through the process like that and write our own exam. Okay, so that we will all be clear that no, we fail based on what we've written. But to me, I'm putting the blame based on the system. Because imagine, I've answered 10 questions out of 9, and 9 was correct. So if I was able to answer the 10th question, what would I get?
So per the experience you have or you had, what changes would you like to see in maybe future recruitment?
I think the whole process was very well. When I went for the body selection, everything went on fast, other than the previous year.
Okay.
We'll be called in a bunch and we'll be packaged in a small room, confined in a small room, where we can't even have a breathing space. But this one went well, everything went well. I went there at 2:00 and I came home 2:30. Okay, so I was very happy with the system. But my problem is that the AI detecting exam system is very wrong. Okay. They shouldn't have brought that in. They shouldn't have brought it because we all know the system that we are. Okay, some of us, when we are growing up, we don't know anything concerning computer. When we finished secondary school, before we started using computer. So there are most people who haven't touched computer before. Okay, there are so many people who haven't even seen computer with their eyes. And some of them were part of this and have to write exam on the computer. So imagine those people. If we even have ideas to use the University of Ghana computers and those things. So we have much ideas. What about those who doesn't know anything about it? Are you being fair to them?
Sammy, you are in the University of Ghana?
Yes, please.
which level?
I'm in level 200.
Level 200. And you decided to put that on hold to apply to join the... I see.
Because now I pay my own school fees myself. I'm working to pay my own school fees. Nobody pay my school fees for me. Nobody's paying my own school fees. So the challenges I go through and pay my own rent and pay my own school fees, I find it very worrying. I can't do it alone.
I see.
Okay, so I see the recruitment as an opportunity for me to maybe if I'll go through, then I'll put my school on hold. If I go come, I'll come and continue.
Okay.
So that's the main reason why I tried to do this. But I mean, still, I still have hope that once there is life, there is hope.
Sammy,
I don't mind.
Sammy, thank you very much for sharing. So that's Sammy.
Samuel Kwao.
Who is sharing? Oh,
so he got disqualified.
Sammy problem
is the box.
It's
the box. It's the box. Please, you want to hear more about this particular box?
Because who says Sammy Kano? Or say the box is very small, and he emphasized on that. Very small.
Okay, I think one of the things we fail to ask is whether it's a multiple choice question or whether you have to type.
Okay, let me say how you have to type. We're going to question because we besides say who is the head of
the military.
Okay.
So that you have
that
to.
One.
Okay, maybe
so now we choose.
You choose one.
Well, and the other ones in the
so maybe we should ask them.
20 minutes, 30 questions.
Hey.
Wow. Hey. Okay. Oral English.
Let's go back onto the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, so I guess this is Mariam.
Yes, please.
Okay, what's the full name?
Mary Amwa.
Mary Amwa.
Yes.
Okay, so which service did you apply to?
Police.
You have to speak up a bit for me, please.
Please, police.
The police. Okay, the police service.
Yes.
Okay. So, I you see, I want to find out the motivation. That is very important for me. Why did you decide that it's the police you want to apply to?
Okay, say I love to see like the way they arrange the black people in this house. Especially, I love the job.
Okay.
And when I see them, I feel happy, so I want to try.
Okay. But Mary, how old are you now?
Since I'm 27.
27. Okay. Now, take us through the process. After your application, what next?
After the application, you go, they'll send you a message, then you go for the screening.
Okay.
They'll give you what?
So I went for the screening at Popolidia.
Okay.
Yeah, so after that, they said they did for the aptitude. Yeah, so I wrote because of the next was done, I wrote in the midnight. So the next was done. You open the portal. The question will come when you start. The system will be like they can detect your face, and then the next thing the site will jam, and then it will come back again. When it come back, one thing I noticed is that when it come back, the one that you have answered, it will erase. But unfortunately, you can't go back. Like when you submit, like you click and you go to the next page, you can't go back.
No, explain that again. That you've answered a question, the system goes off, and when the system gets back, you cannot go back to the question you've answered. Or what exactly are you saying?
Yes, like maybe I was in number 1.
Okay.
Okay, number 3. So I answered the number 3.
Okay.
And the network jam.
Okay.
When the network come back, the number 3, the one that I answered, the answer will erase. And unfortunately, I can't go back to question 2 because maybe I have submitted, maybe it's 1, 2, and then you go to the next page. You can't go back to the other page again.
Okay. So if I'm getting here correctly, you answer questions. The system goes off. When the system is back on, the questions you have answered, will all get erased.
You will see the question, but you won't see
What
the
you have
answer you
answered,
provided.
the answer. And you cannot go back to the question again.
Yes.
So you cannot answer
Oh.
again.
No, like
You cannot respond to that question again.
Yes, you can't respond to it again.
I see.
But what kind of
I'm
questions
a
were they?
student. I've completed nursing and I've been using this system to write exams. But ours, you can go back after you even finish your work. You can go back to check through whether there is mistakes. But this one, it wasn't like that.
Okay.
The moment you submit, and go to the next page, that is all. You can't go back again to do anything.
Okay.
Mm.
But were they questions you expected?
Okay, I was expecting questions around that area or that field, but unfortunately, it wasn't questions. It was science questions. And
So
then
you were expecting questions about the police service.
yes, something about that or about the law.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But
unfortunately, it wasn't something like that. It was questions about the planet. It was science questions.
science.
Yes, please.
Why did you?
Unfortunately for me, because I'm a
Okay.
nursing student or in the nursing field, I was able to answer it, but so I was surprised when it came and they said I couldn't answer the question, so I couldn't score the marks that they were.
So were you told about what you would experience? That, for instance, if the system goes off, you won't be able to go back to what we call your questions. Were you told before you started writing?
On the instruction, I didn't see something like that.
There was no instruction like that.
No.
Now,
The only thing I was there is that you can't go back to the next page. Like when you submit and go to the next page, you can't go back.
to the previous page.
Yes.
Did you attempt all questions?
Yes.
You were able to attempt all questions.
Yes.
Just that you realize that whenever the network gets bad, the answer you gave is erased, but you cannot respond to that question again.
Yes.
I see. But were you using your own do you have a laptop?
Yes, I have a laptop that I've been using to write my exams and stuff.
Okay. But you said you were familiar with this kind of system.
Yes, I've been with you for 3 years. So I'm used to the system. You even answer questions, 150 questions, and all that with 1 hour, and then you go to it.
So when you checked, what was the score?
You won't see the score. The only thing they will tell you that you didn't meet the required marks that they want.
Okay. And on the portal, will you see you have been disqualified or something?
Yes.
Okay.
One question before we let you go. You said are you a nursing student or you've completed?
I've completed.
Which year?
Last
You completed last year. And why were you not waiting for postings and you wanted to join the service?
I just love the work, so I wanted to enter. Later on, I will go to the nursing field in the police.
Oh, okay. You wanted to enter as a nurse and move into when they have the health brigade, you just join them. Oh, I see. Well, are you young enough to still say our try next year?
She's 27.
No, next year, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Mary, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We wish Mary all the best.
System no one for use mommy.
Yes, Charlie, yeah.
Officer.
System no for use mommy. And it said also so they also say network issues. They say
So she is not complaining about
the box.
The box.
I forgot to ask you about the box.
No, but she's her main complaint is network.
Network, yes.
The fact that it looks like many people are trying, even in the night when you think that you are the only one or are done.
Yeah.
There are many others who have also woken up before you think they thought. So it's like as if there's pressure on the system every time, no matter when you do it. She says she's used to this, but it looks like when I say, oh, the answer is A. Okay, first of all, Sandra, was it multiple choice questions?
Yes, it's
multiple
questions.
So Sandra works here at Radio Boo. I don't know. Sandra just said that now she wants to be officer, so that we'll be calling her officer.
Yeah.
Officer. In fact, we started calling Sandra officer already when she applied. We started calling officer. Officer, could you officer? Sandra, how are you?
Please, I'm fine.
Okay. So, Sandra is here.
Why are you saying Sandra is here? Okay, so no, we've already heard a lot about the process. So a few questions. You said there are multiple choice questions.
Yes, there are multiple
So you
choice.
take one.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have the same experience they had?
No, I didn't face a network problem, even though I woke up at dawn to do it. I think at 1.
Okay.
1 a.m.
Yes, so I was writing exams. I think I had the opportunity to do mine on the February 16th or something.
Okay.
So I was writing exams on Friday. So the Saturday dawn is when I did it.
Okay.
So I didn't face any network problems. Everything went on smoothly.
Okay. You didn't have the box.
No.
Was
You
the
didn't have
box
problems
there?
with the box.
Please,
Was there a
what?
box
A
that you
box.
have to fix your head in?
Yes, there was a box.
Okay.
Yes,
So
there was a box.
you didn't move your head out of the box.
No, for me, I had the opportunity to have the laptop on my table.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat facing it,
Okay.
straight for it. So anytime they say we should have a paper and a pen
Mm-hmm.
in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime that I think like I'm working the maths, then I think the signal will be like, pin. So then I'll
You
raise
your
my head and look at the table. I'll be like, so now I'm confused. Should I be looking at the box or I should be looking at the questions displaying on my laptop? Because it's like when I focus on the laptop, you'll be seeing pin. So I'll be doing like, am I looking at here or I'm looking at here?
So you must find a way of keep your face straight and still be able
Focus
to
on
read
the
the questions.
Uh-huh.
At the same time, when it
have
is
to
math,
math,
you have to do
count,
1 plus.
yes.
Okay.
But Senna, how do you
then.
focus on the thing whilst you be working algebraic expression?
I don't know. I think it will take some
For
space.
examples of questions like find the mean of this.
The median
Ah.
and those things.
With those, you can't be like, I'm using because we are not using calculator too. So you needed to put some things down.
On
so
paper,
now
yeah.
that was a difficulties that I had. And I realized that my fund was noisy, but when I was starting doing, because my focus was how to answer the question within the 40 minutes, because it was 60 questions.
Which service? What for the
Me for the category B, diploma, HND, and degree side.
For which service?
Immigration and
immigration?
police.
Okay, so more questions now you're saying
60.
60.
60 questions.
Yes, within 40 minutes.
60 questions within 40 minutes. That's an interesting one. Hmm. I see. So now, in fact, I've already read the thing that they said. You are the first time I'm hearing proctoring.
Proctoring
Proctoring
violations.
Proctoring violations.
And that is it. You are moving too much. You should keep your head in the box.
Which I think was unfair because answering math questions, honestly, because you're already in a rush to finish the question within that 40 minutes.
Okay.
So you want to do something, you want to make sure what you are calculating is correct for you to get the answer because at the end of the day, they are saying 65% is when you qualify. So you are trying to, because I think the math questions were plenty and the science too.
Oh, okay.
So
you need to
you
calculate.
needed to do something. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, this is what it is.
We take all box in paper.
Yes, yeah, because I realized say omo ye pimpin. That means because I stopped calculating. So I was just looking at it. Masha question. So this is this. Okay. Now,
So you had to do the calculation.
yes, so like,
Robot.
yes, okay, so this, yes. Okay, because at the time I feel like the time was going and you can't be still wasting time on one question. So
Calculating.
you read, okay, it's median, mean. Oh, it will be B. Then we started.
And there's a lot to trap them.
And one thing that I felt it was unfair that you told us that with the category B, our results will come in 6th and 7th
6th and 7th of March.
of March.
Okay.
So we waited on 6th. I checked, it was penned with the color yellow pending. 7th was penned with the color yellow. Until Tuesday, that's when I received the disqualification at evening.
In the evening, okay.
And I felt like, no, if we are saying that the result is coming on 6th and 7th, then let's all come together. Like, we shouldn't be wasting, like, wanting to see our results and, like, because when you go to the TikTok, the whole lot of narratives going on that the pending means you are qualified with the max.
Okay.
But maybe some things are, so
Okay.
it was a whole
The
lot.
anxiety around
So
the
it's-
way. Okay.
That's the education that we were also talking about. That they don't even know what to expect in the first place. So they resort to TikTok. Who is educating them on TikTok? Who is talking to them? That when you see color yellow, when you see pending, this is it. Somebody is saying that when you see pending, it means that you have been picked about something. Who is giving that information?
Because I was called. Charlie, at the end, we don't know what happened. Sandra, would you try it?
You don't have to go.
I said I want to go.
Officer, you said who do? He said they say.
I don't know if service behind the number of questions
They are
Minister
giving.
Mama.
Yes.
Okay.
I think based on your certificate that you applied with. So if it's BEC with vocational thing, you are category A.
Okay.
If it's diploma to degree or masters, it's category B.
Okay.
And the YC are the category C people.
Okay. So based on the
certificates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
The
the
number of
questions.
The questions that will come with.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Said I want to
Thank
go.
you. You want to go?
Yeah.
I want to go.
Officer. Officer Nando. Next year you will go. Okay.
But I said, go for your life more power.
Come
Because who's that guy there? Didn't he can't say no?
Oh, he.
I said, "No, you was wrong."
Some of
No,
them.
I think there are many people who would never try again.
Yeah.
You can understand.
Yeah.
You can understand. Because you can't spend your whole life attempting the same thing over and over again. Many of them actually want to be. Sandra, for example, has always wanted to join.
Yes.
Yes. So,
In fact, we tried discouraging her that she should continue with her school and then keep doing the journalism. She said, "No, this is something I want to do always. I've always wanted to do." And to make up, and she went for the form.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Officer Nyanko.
Oh, that's a move.
Okay.
Nancy, you have is it Sarah?
Sarah, my daughter. Okay.
No,
Good morning, Sarah. This is a man.
Sarah is a man.
And this Sarah is a man.
Good morning, madam. Good morning to all of you.
Okay. So what's the name? Sarah what?
Sayram Awuno.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's get an understanding of which service you apply to.
So I applied for 3 services:
Okay.
immigration,
Mm-hmm.
prisons, and Ghana Police Service.
Okay. With what? Okay. So what category?
Degree
Okay. So it means you'll be in category B.
category. That's correct.
Okay. Take us through the process.
Frankly speaking, the process has been smooth from the onset. I went through the documentation up to the aptitude test where the Wahala came.
What's the wahala? What was the wahala?
So I live somewhere around in Saum, a suburb of Saum known as Amamfu. So clearly the network is very bad over here.
Okay.
So I had to walk about
1 a.m., went to the Sound Township, the main station, to take my aptitude test over there. Because the network is quite good over there.
Okay.
And I went through it smoothly. I had no challenge with the security, AI security system that is being deployed, known as the doctrine or whatever. I had no challenge. I try as much as I can to maintain the focus on the box that appears on it. As much as the box appears very small, but I try to do all of that.
Okay.
And I took my exam, the test. I answered the questions only for me to be given an edition that I felt to meet the required pass mark, which is quite unfortunate because I can tell you for a fact the questions that were given, my questions, I've answered the questions very well. But at a point when the result wasn't coming, and I had colleagues who applied for the military, and they had a similar challenge of pending, the result pending, and they told us that, look, once it's pending, it means you've been disqualified. And it came to pass. Now, here is my worry. So I teach in some preparatory schools as well. I'm a farmer. I have colleagues who had challenge with the security system that is deployed for the test. And one of my colleagues is currently living here with me. He had an issue with his system being jammed. So once the system goes off, you won't have access to the same question again. So he wasn't able to answer all the questions.
Okay.
And he qualified.
Okay.
That is one. Two, another colleague also applied for 3 services. He got 2 services, and he's been disqualified for 1.
I see. So he has a choice between 2.
2 services, disqualified for 1.
For 1. I applied for the 3 services.
You didn't get any.
Disqualified for the 3.
I see.
But when you checked the portal, what was your mark? What did
No, you won't see that at all.
Oh, okay.
You're not given that opportunity.
But there were
see
people
your
who
result.
said you'll be able to tell whether you got 10 out of the 20 questions you answered and all that.
No, so this is what it is. We attempted 60 questions, and it's MCQ, multiple choice questions.
Okay.
And that 60 questions is for 40 minutes. I have been able to. I went through it, and I was even having about 5 minutes,
Okay.
which I could go back and review my distance as well. And as I said, I went through very well. Imagine asking me who the chair of the Ghana Police Council. We know very well is the vice president, and even the name is there. So you had an opportunity to pick the answer that you want. Now, in all of this, give us an opportunity. Let's see our result. Let's see the mark. Yes, you claim I'm not qualified. I haven't made the required thing. So when would you give me the opportunity to see them? We've done this thing. When we're in university, we have what we call the LMS. You do online assignments or quizzes or whatever. Immediately you see your score or the results. But this is an AI deployed aptitude test, and we are not given the opportunity to see my result. Let me not see my result. So if anyone tells you that he or she has been able to see the result, it's untrue. There's nothing like that.
Oh.
There's absolutely nothing like that.
No, because we had another applicant who said that out of 10 questions he answered, he got 9 correct.
Well,
So,
I cannot speak for him or her. I cannot.
So I was just I had the impression that you'll be able to see your mark.
There's nothing like that.
Okay.
There's nothing like. You can ask your in-house colleague, Sandra.
So you checked the portal and then you saw the disqualification notice.
Yeah. It's still there. Even this done, I checked. Just to initially it was something else, but I think I've conditioned my mind to rather go back to be with my peace
Hmm.
than this, because it's something else.
Would you have the opportunity next year in terms of
I
age?
will never try.
You will never try.
And I will encourage any of my close relatives to try. It won't work. I will never.
Okay.
Because if I was having money, I would have challenged it. Whichever court I have to. I'm telling you the truth. But because I just gave you this thing. Someone applied for the 3, got to disqualify. One exam affects the 3 services. It's not that you write a separate
different
exam.
exams. Okay.
No.
Oh.
Someone's this thing is being jammed. He answered only not even up to 10 questions. He's been qualified. Think about that.
So if they are going to deploy the same system for subsequent applications or recruitments, what would you advise they do?
Okay, so give the applicants the opportunity to see their results.
Okay.
I couldn't meet the required mark. Let me see my results. Let it be on the portal. They started this very well. Very well. I think even qualifying this with very standard, they did very well. This, deploying AI system and whatever. It's quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate.
Sarah, thank you.
We wish you all the best in your endeavors. Sarah will not attempt this, will not encourage anybody in his family to try this.
Yes. But that is the thing, Senna. If he says that the person applied for 3 services and the questions you answered, okay, apply for the 3. Okay, it's not like, okay, for when you get to police service, you answer different set of questions. When you get to immigration, you answer different set of questions. So the same set of questions apply for the 3 that you actually let me use again. Applied for. 3 institutions you applied for. Okay. Then the person got called for 2.
Yeah.
But disqualified for 1.
Yeah. Meanwhile, somebody does not have the opportunity for any.
I'm not even looking at that. So how come the same questions and answers he gave that qualified him for the other 2 services disqualified him for the other one? Do you get my point?
Yeah, was here.
So
the same questions.
The same questions, the same answers he gave.
Are you sure that
that's what he said?
The same?
That's not like you are answering different set of questions for
each
of the institutions.
Okay.
No. So the question you answer applies for
police,
to the 3 that you picked. The 3 institutions you applied for. Okay. And so those questions he answered actually got him qualified for 2 out of the 3 he applied for, and then disqualified for 1.
So
the question. So then what happened?
That is my question.
Okay, so
that
this is
my question.
This is even somebody within the police service. His name I can't mention. You see, there's an aspect of this message. There's an aspect of this whole exercise of the recruitment which hasn't been brought out. Many people cheated in the process. The system was so porous that people were able to connect the laptop they used for the aptitude test to another monitor. So the questions automatically appears on the second monitor, where another person uses AI to get the answers for the applicants through signs or fingers without making any noise for the system to detect. I'm saying this because I was personally called by a friend from Takrady and informed about it, but I refused to let my son and niece to engage in the practice because of the firm assurances given by Muntaka that the system was so robust that anyone who attempts to cheat will be found out and disqualified. So now all these people who engage in this cheating have passed through because the system couldn't detect the illegal activity. Is this fair? If you are okay. And also, it also says, I'm listening to you people now on the radio. The questions were all multiple choice, and it was 60 questions for 20 minutes. That's 20 seconds per question. So
the first guy we spoke to, he just called back. He says he wanted to correct something. Okay. That's when you go to the database.
That is funny.
You are able to see the number of questions you attempted.
Okay.
And the ones which are right and the ones which are wrong.
Okay.
So that's
All
what
right.
you
Okay,
want to
great.
talk
So there's a database where you can see that.
Database.
Perhaps the Ethereum who we spoke to have
It's not
not,
aware.
maybe have not checked that database to see exactly what has happened. But unfortunately, we couldn't get anybody who succeeded to call in to tell us
how he succeeded.
how they succeeded. Do they know how they succeeded? But congratulations to all those who were able to make it through this process. It's like going to the eye of the needle. So for you to be able to do that, congratulations to you. To those who failed, better luck next time. That is if you are interested. But whatever it is, always keep your eyes open for other opportunities. This is not the only one. But there are many stories that we can all tell. For example, Charlie, this story, whenever I tell it, I feel sad. But that is it. That's how.
We have an IT person on standby to come and explain to us how the AI thing works.
Proctoring.
It's all proctoring. So we'll learn a lot today.
Sana, this is a policeman.
Okay.
He's actually a chief inspector.
Okay.
And so his son also wants to be a policeman. So he just sent me a message. He has sent me, said, aptitude test completed, status disqualified. And he sends me, said, this is my son, but I don't want to talk. He's so angry, he doesn't want to talk. Oh, God.
Okay, so a few of your comments, then we'll do some business.